Welcome everyone to the New Moon Call. I'm Sue Carney of Magnolias West, and I've been doing these this year. I've been doing a call the day before, within 24 hours of each new and full moon. And I always have I invite someone to talk to, and that's my guest, Carla, today. And we're gonna get started by getting grounded together. I hope Sylvia and Patricia come back. They're here, but they're not. I don't see them. And we'll do a little meditation. I actually am going to start that. Hi, Sylvia. I actually am going to start that. I know you we've connected on Facebook somehow, but it's the first time I'm seeing your face. Nice to meet you. I'm going to lead us in a bit of a grounding. I found a really nice quote about stillness, which is going to be our theme for today, that I will read. And then I will introduce Carla, and then we'll open up the conversation about stillness or whatever's on your heart. And we will make time for everyone to have the talking stick, speak, and what's on your heart, or ask a question. And we'll just go where we are meant to be. So I will, I shouldn't have done that. I just made it full screen, which means I can't read the quote to you that I wanted to read. It's dumb. So I'm going to read this quote, and then I'll make it full screen so I don't get distracted by any other messages. All right, so stillness has been on my mind. I'm sure you probably have seen or heard that solstice, the word solstice, means sun standing still, an apparent breathing point in the year where it looks like the sun has stopped moving. So stillness is the theme for me of a solstice week. And I don't know if everyone here is Northern Hemisphere, but it doesn't matter. To me, the stillness is as big a theme in the winter solstice as it is in the summer for me. Even in all this daylight, there's still that feeling of stillness. And for me, and I'm curious to see what Carla has to say about this and what everyone else has to say, for me, that stillness is just a reminder to find the internal stillness in any moment. And that'll be part of what I'm going to bring to the conversation after we get grounded. So if you can just start by closing your eyes, if you can, put down whatever's in your hands first. I just saw somebody drinking something. Put down whatever's in your hands. Feel your feet on the floor if you can. And listen to this quote. It's an Eckhart Tolle quote. And then we'll just do a few minutes of grounding and connecting with each other. All right. In the stillness of your presence, you can feel your own formless and timeless reality as the unmanifested life that animates your physical form. You can then feel the same life deep within every other human and every other creature. You look beyond the veil of form and separation. This is the realization of oneness. This is love. So, keeping your eyes closed, letting your spine be erect if you can. Let your feet be on the floor if you can. And let's just let our breathing slow down and connect to this moment, to the stillness of this moment, to the stillness that's present and accessible when you slow down. And it's present and accessible when you can get out of your head. So let's do this sinking the E, dropping the E technique that my Tai Chi teacher taught me 1,000,000 years ago, or 30 years ago, of becoming aware of the thoughts in your head and letting them just drop down. Letting them swirl and coalesce and drip down, drop down through your head, through your jaw, through your throat, down to your heart, Let all the busy thoughts in your head just sink down into your heart and then past your heart all the way down into your dantian, the movement center in your body. And now with a hopefully slightly emptier, freed up headspace, continue to do your relaxed breathing. And let's just work with the energy a little bit. So as you breathe in, feel like you're breathing in a clear, shimmering light that fills your body, comes in through your nose and expands and fills your entire body. And as you exhale, feel like that shimmering white light comes out through your hands and beams out to your loved ones, your community, and the world. And again, inhaling gossamer shimmering light. Feel it fill your body, and exhale it out through your palms, which should be facing up if you can, out into the world. One more time, inhale shimmering clear light or white light, and let it exhale out through your palms. And this time, when you inhale, feel that light transmute to a beautiful, clear peridot green color. And feel that green color beaming your love, your wisdom, your love, your passion, and your love to your loved ones, your family, your community, and your world. And again, inhaling shimmering clear light and exhaling shining green, clear, beautiful light out to everyone whose lives you touch. With your work, with your love, with your gifts. We'll take 2 more breaths this way. Inhaling clear light and exhaling clear green light out into the world. And after this next slow, gentle breath, let your eyes gently open and bring yourself back to the room. A little logistical thing to say, I have muted everyone, so I can unmute you if you raise your hands and want to talk, or you can also unmute yourself. I did that because there was a little bit of noise coming from somebody's computer, so I just did that so that we don't have that noise to worry about. All right, I want to introduce Carla. I've been connected with Carla on Facebook for, I don't know, years now, it feels like, and have learned a lot from her as I've gone on, and I'm just so thrilled that you could spend some time with us today, Carla. So I invite you to step into the conversation and say what is on your mind and heart today about the new moon that's coming tomorrow, the solstice this week, and stillness.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here, and I'm so happy you invited me, and I'm a little discombobulated because I've lost my Zoom screen. Oh.
Are you on a Mac, or did you find it?
No, I found it. It was hiding behind, it disappeared behind something else, and I had to close everything. Okay. And I'm so happy to see so many people that I know here to join us for this day. We are almost halfway between the moment of solstice and the moment of new moon. And that emphasizes the stillness for me because I have to go quiet. And I don't do public things at new moon very much. Doesn't really work for me. I can get cranky at new moon, so stillness works. Um, I just, a few minutes ago, I looked up the chart for the new moon tomorrow. And one of the things that's happening right now that jumped out at me is Black Moon Lilith is sitting exactly on top of the Great Attractor. And that feels like anything but stillness, because you have the sort of the outrageous and sometimes outraged feminine sitting on top of this big element in the universe that is beyond our galaxy and is pulling our galaxy towards it. But I thought that was pretty unique and significant thing that's happening right now in between this solstice and new moon. So maybe it's a sign that we need to emphasize stillness even more.
Tell me again what that's called, that thing that's conjunct Lilith?
The Great Attractor.
Oh, okay. That's new to me.
It's in Sagittarius, and it's like the biggest thing in the zodiac. And so I'm curious. My life is anything but still. I've had a 23-year-old painter in the house 10 hours a day. We are getting our house ready to put on the market with an impossible deadline. And I am craving solitude. I'm craving my journal, my old life. And it's just not happening.
So I'm just gonna interject and say, yeah, fasten your seatbelt. I just moved 3 months ago, and nothing is going to be the same for a while. So I'm here if you need moral support, because I just went through hell of a transition with that one. And you said something else I wanted to question, but I don't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Well, one thing that I do, last Saturday we had a sweat lodge here, and we pray in the 4 directions, and the north is spirit in the tradition that I follow. And what was called for, and this might be something helpful for each of us on the call tonight. Our prayer in the 4th round was to say our name. I am Carla. I am here, and I am listening. And then inside that dark space, inside the sweat lodge, we had silence for several minutes. And that sounds like a good new moon, a solstice way. If you're having trouble finding silence, is to make this declaration. And that's when I got, some of you have seen it, that's when I got the message that I'm being transplanted in my move.
I saw that. Yeah.
You
said repotted. I loved it.
Repotted. Yes.
I loved it. Yes.
Repotted.
So your roots are intact. They're just being lovingly put in a new pot.
Yes. And I've been repotting seedlings into my garden, and it's kind of traumatic. It's actually good for the plants because it stimulates new root growth when you break the roots apart. But I can imagine the plants saying, "Oh no, what's happening now?"
Plus, what happens, right, is that the energy then has to go down to reconnect to the earth, which means that some of this upper energy, your public-facing stuff and your other stuff, even your inner stuff, your journaling and you've got all this, everything is not routine anymore. And that's really hard for your tender roots.
Yes, I am feeling it. I'd like to hear from everybody else. One thing I do to keep centering, and I am going out to the lake and getting in the deep water when we're finished here. and I womb center. I go into the space of my womb. I can go down there, and it's always dark, it's always quiet, and I'm in a place of stillness. The center is naturally where we're still. Everything is revolving around. The vortex is going around the center, and the center is like the eye of the hurricane of our life. It's quiet there, and you can listen.
So what would you like everyone to say when they get a chance to chime in? What would you like?
I would love to hear how you do stillness, be stillness, and if there are any particular challenges right now that you'd like to share. If that's where you are, it's wherever you are. Are you present to stillness, or is stillness evading you right now? And how can we help? So I invite you to be real.
So if you are on your computer and you have your video on and you want to speak, just raise your hand. If you're on a phone, I'll just unmute everybody and I will mute if I need to. I'm just going to try that, and we'll see if it just make it easier for people to just chime in. Where'd that thing go? Oh, unmute all. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it seems pretty quiet right now. Who'd like to start? How about you, Jane?
First of all, I just got on the call/video, so I have no idea what you're asking us to do. If you tell me, then I'll start.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Carla, one more time. And I'll type it in the chat so people can see it.
Okay. Well, Jane, we're talking about how we are in the, we're halfway between solstice, which is the time the sun stands still on the horizon. And so we are resonating with that stillness. And we're also resonating with the dark of the moon, the new moon tomorrow, which invites many of us into stillness. And I am inviting people to comment on how you find stillness, or what's keeping you from finding stillness right now. Entering stillness. Whichever's more real for you in the moment.
Oh, well, I don't really have any problem finding stillness. So, because my life is kind of stillness all the time. I mean, it's just where I live, what I do, day to day pretty much invites stillness. So I don't know. What's Carla, you know me pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
stillness is not my issue.
Yeah.
Probably not stillness is the issue.
Jane has a peace chamber. She has an entire sacred building devoted to chanting and stillness and connection with spirit. So,
wow. Where in the world are you, Jane?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And as Carla knows, that's why we moved here from the East Coast. So, So my whole life is dedicated to doing ceremony and helping people have a place to come to where they can, find that stillness and experience, have their own personal experience of God.
That's lovely.
Yeah, thanks.
Who's next?
Jennifer.
I didn't have stillness at all for about a month. We had moved from Savannah, Georgia to Lower Alabama. And in that whole process, it was just hectic, I mean, you're packing up boxes and you're watching your stuff getting loaded onto a truck and you're discombobulated and you have to find places to put things and everything's just out of order and really hectic, which is horrible for a Virgo. We like order. We love making order out of chaos. It's what we do. So having everything out of place was awful for me, but I survived it. And finding stillness, I would have to say I find that every morning just meditating and pulling tarot cards and writing about what I see in the cards. And then I guess the unexpected place that I've found stillness is in weight training, actually going to the gym, and somehow the counting, the repetitions, lifting and lowering the weights, pushing against resistance. There is an odd kind of stillness in that, and I really like it. So that's where I'm finding it.
I totally get that. I have a body weight rig in my backyard, and I don't go to a gym anymore. I'm just lifting my own weight with the TRX rig, and it's a great opportunity to be like singly focused, which for me is the key to getting to stillness.
Yeah, you're deeply in your body and your mind. They're just very connected when you're doing that.
Yeah, if you let yourself, if you're not like listening to something and watching TV and all that stuff.
Well, you can't lose focus lifting weights. You'll hurt yourself. You have to be very
right, or doing the body weight stuff that I do on a steep hill.
Yeah.
So good to pay attention. Who's next? We see Patricia's face now. Welcome, Patricia. You've been behind some barrier all this time.
Thank you. My computer setup is really kind of strange. It's connected to my TV as a monitor because my laptop screen is cracked.
Oh.
So the screen was behind my TV monitor, and I just moved it out. So
we were looking at the back of your thing.
Yeah.
Got it. So what's your take on this topic?
I love it. I just completed a very, very intense workshop that just has got me kind of beat, and I'm really looking forward to just really diving into some stillness and having that time to process everything that I learned in the workshop. I also agree with Jennifer. I just love getting out and walking and just stopping the thinking, but just continuing to walk. And I haven't done that lately, and I can see it's a good time to get back into it. Nature, I think, is my spot.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. I'm even more specific. It's the first growth redwoods, old growth redwoods, and the beach.
Ah, the beach.
Any old nature. Very, very precise. What about you, Sylvia?
For me, stillness comes in the evening right now because I got my kids at home. So I had to change my routine a little bit. I was used to go out in the morning and have my walk in nature and meditate while walking. So right now I had to change all this. And when my kids go to bed, I finally got some time for myself. And this is what I'm doing tonight because it's 11:30 here. I'm in Italy right now.
Oh.
So I am having my stillness time right now. I was journaling and, just maybe having a shower, pampering myself, things like this. Sit on the sofa and meditate or listening to beautiful tracks that I love, things like this.
That's beautiful. So I have one technical question. Is the 202 phone, is that you, Sylvia? Or is that someone else that we haven't heard?
I wonder if that's Janelle.
I don't
That's
know.
Janelle.
Oh, hi, Janelle. Chime in, please, then.
Hi. Hi, Carla.
Hi, Janelle.
I'm pretty still right now. I'm laying on the couch. It's like I hope that you can hear the phone up by my side.
Yeah.
I had a really nice osteopathic treatment today, and I'm just sort of chillaxing. But I have been, I'm at the tail end of what seems like a pretty intense period of time, which Carla knows about. And I've been working on a book called Calm in the Chaos, and it's my doodling. And I have been finding a lot of stillness and calm in my doodling, where I just doodle. I don't think, I don't judge what I'm drawing or doodling. I just let it go, and it's turned into something pretty amazing. Wow. But just recently, some really interesting things are coming together, are moving again, and it's come easily. We're manifesting some really great things, and so I'm in a really good place with the stillness. Very grateful to be here.
Oh, I think everyone has chimed in. I guess I will. So my big takeaway, I think, today is about the public-facing stuff during the new moon. I just moved, and I'm in a new town, and I'm taking all the opportunities to meet people and network. And I did a presentation last night at a women's networking group, and I have one tomorrow night at the networking group that I've begun. And I haven't really paid attention to my rhythms, my desire to be more in retreat mode during the new moon. And I think that I will going forward with my scheduling, Carla. That's huge. And for me, I'm inspired by everyone's comments. What I was thinking before we got on the call was that thing about the reminder to stillness, because I think stillness, when I'm mindful, when I'm present to what I'm doing and not doing 4 other things at the same time, or even one, then stillness is present for me, because I'm not cluttering my mind with all the stimuli that will crowd out my access, my accessibility to stillness. And it's about mindfulness. It's really about how I'm presencing myself and honoring what it is I'm doing, whether it's going in to fill my water jug in this 100-degree heat, or drinking my water, or eating my lunch, and or whatever. It's every single mundane thing that I can do with presence, with full presence, offers me the opportunity to bring that presence when there's more going on, and bring that stillness with me in my core, no matter what. And I think that we can all do that. I believe that that's something that I can strengthen and develop over time with every single with every single intentional breath, with every single moment of practice. And I will drop a practice like a hot rock if I don't feel results from it after a while. But I feel the benefit of this, which keeps me going. I mean, I'm just, if it's not working, then why bother? But this is really helps me stay on track with where I want to be. So I want to close in a way where everyone gets a chance to say what your takeaway is, and then leave a minute or two if Carla has an offer that she wants to present today to this group. And I probably will come up with one as well. But let's just start. I'm going to go in order of how I see you. So Patricia, what's your takeaway today?
Oh, I just love your comment about dropping a practice that's not serving you. I just should all over myself a lot of the times, I should do this, I should do that. Well, the heck with it. I'm not going to go there anymore. If it's not working for me, it's gone. So I'm
66 years old. Life is too fucking short.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And then we're going to this corner of my screen, Jennifer.
For me, just moving slowly and deliberately, and not pushing myself into things yet, because I am in a new town and I don't know anybody, but at the same time, I don't feel this huge rush to get out there and network and meet people and do stuff. And I'm okay with just working on me right now and just being where I am. And all of that other stuff will come when it's supposed to come.
You know, as somebody who just went through a huge move, that's very helpful. Thank you. Because I'm still don't know which way is up, and I've been here 3 months. But I had a whole other process that went along with it. I'm sure yours will go much quicker than mine.
We'll see.
Sylvia.
Well, for me, it's very interesting because there are some common points that I truly love. The first one, it's about the moving, that everyone moved, or, something in regards with moving, because I am going to move as well. So this is very interesting to me, and I don't know yet where I'm going to go, but I know that I'm going to move. So it's like a sign for me from universe, that this moving is something that I have to actually activate in a way or another. Then the second point for me, it's about the beauty of this gathering that was totally unexpected to me. I just saw the post in Carla's group on Facebook, let's say a few hours ago, and I decided to come here live, so it was totally unplanned. And it's a beautiful gift to find all women, so wise women gathering together. And the other point, it's about stillness, because these days I actually practice with quite a lot of stillness because I felt pretty tired and I need to rest during the day. And it's interesting to me because during the new moon, I feel particularly well because the new moon is my birth moon as well. It's my natal moon, I mean. So I always feel at home when the new moon comes. And for this reason, I am a little bit more active as well because I just feel good. So it's strange to talk about stillness, and at the same time, it's something that I've been practicing a lot. So these are the points for me. Very, very rich call.
Okay, and then there's Jane.
So I think the takeaway for me from listening to everybody and this little bit that I've been on this call, I guess I missed a lot. Did I miss a lot of it?
I think you only missed like 8 minutes.
Okay. Is that the whole idea, okay, so for me, there's this idea that things move very cyclically for me because it's dependent on what ceremony is going on. And we just got done recently doing a couple of really big ceremonies, the Sun Moon Dance and the gathering, the International Peace Chamber gathering was held here at the end of April. And so it's natural and normal, I think, to go through really huge planning of an event like that and then have a period of time afterwards where things are very, very quiet. Mm-hmm. And so the stillness that I'm experiencing right now, and also I'm in preparation now for my own Sun Moon Dance, which happens in 2 weeks. So stillness at this point is really appropriate. And my personality and my body type and everything is more like Pitta. So it's I always want to do things, and I'm always thinking about the next thing that we need to plan for or do or start working towards. But I think that there's this gift in the stillness, and that everything can unfold from that place rather than like worrying about it. So I think, I don't know, for some reason, that's what I took away from what everybody was saying today.
So logistically, this call is going to end in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So what's going to happen is I forgot the name of the person. Janelle. I'm going to ask Janelle to take us out. And then I will post the video of this by Monday, and Carla and I will put our offers in the comments in the video. And the video is in the Moon Circles group on Facebook. If you're not a member, please join it. It's free. And you can also I'll put it in the Wise Woman group as well that I have. So you can join either or both of those groups. I will send those names to Carla so she can let you guys know where they are. And Janelle, if you can let us know what your takeaway is, and I think there might be time for Carla as well.
Just to be present in my body, and focusing on my body at this point, and taking away the gratitude of being in a circle of women. It's always very precious.
Ditto. And Carla, you've got less than a minute.
I feel so grounded and connected and still right now, and I know it's because I am here with all of you together, and it is such a privilege and delight to be with you, people I've known for 20 years and people I haven't met yet in person. It's great.
Thank you all. I will send Carla the info, and I will post by Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Afternoon tomorrow. I'm going to the Redwoods. All right.
Going to the pond and the ocean.
Right on.
Bye.
Going
Bye.
to bed.